hate to break the fishing news after Remchuk, but I'd like to speak about the ice hockey.
Congratulations, you're one of the 13 listeners of the Real Life Podcast.
We just traded a migraine in for like an orgasm.
Might want to mark that down.
Yep.
All of my projects are on schedule until they're not.
A member of the Nation Network of Podcasts.
About as funny as we're going to get today.
Monday episode of the Real Life podcast brought to you by your Blackout Collection. Let's go on. It's on today, right?
Still until tomorrow.
Nationgear.ca. Get yourself some fresh threads. Sexify your life, Chalmers.
Why wouldn't you? Cyber Monday. You got some.
Was that you called them Chalmers?
Chalmers.
Yeah, like chum.
Oh my.
Chalmers.
Nationgear.ca.
Freudian slip.
Go get yourself some gear. Look better. Feel more handsome.
Any quarter zips there yet?
Quarter zips?
Come on, spring's right around the corner.
Wait for the spring line.
The spring line's coming out with polos and quarter zips.
You do
Just
have
in
flip-flops
time.
on still, and it is November 27th.
It's beautiful weather outside.
If
Amazing.
every winter could be like this, I've had 27 extra days of flip-flops, and I have utilized every single one of them. I'm like,
I like how you think like 2 degrees is flip flop weather, but
when you run a little hot like I do, flip-flop, it's a welcome change. I love it. I just can't put shoes on yet. I will not do it until the snow flies. I will be
I find myself craving winter.
Why?
In what capacity?
So
Like I want to go skiing.
I can get behind.
I bought Crawford a sled. I love the ODR.
we're kind of in a limbo right now.
It's either
You can't go ice fishing. You can't go swimming.
can't
in the lake.
golf. I'm actually shocked the golf course hasn't opened during this. To say fuck
I
it.
saw one last week on the way up to St.
They
Albert.
are
There's
just-
a golf course open.
Oh,
If you crack
it makes
that
so much
Everyone's
sense.
walking. I'm like, you gotta love that golf.
Well, that's the only way to stay warm in these weather. You gotta walk.
True.
In a golf cart, you'd freeze your
But
bag
yeah,
off.
like you go out to like a cabin and you can't go in the water. You can't go on the boat. Obviously, those are all out. But you can't go ice fishing. You can't go sledding. You can't do anything.
You're like, look, a lake.
You can walk around in your flip flops.
Yeah,
You can. You can do that.
play some
Have a
Finska in the yard.
You can have a picnic. You have a fire.
Cursors
Yeah,
nothing
still.
to do.
Oh, it's great. Yeah, it's great fire weather. That's for
A
sure.
little brisk in the evenings, though.
It's
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's chilly in the evenings.
it's so funny how like I still don't have my Christmas lights up, and all of a sudden the snow's gonna come and be like, God, just didn't get him done in time.
but
And
I-
it's
this
like,
weekend,
what are you doing?
I've got them up, and
What are we waiting for?
and normally they put me in a vibe, and I just because we're in this purgatory, I'm having a tough time getting into it right
So
now.
you're not you could never be like a not white Christmas type of thing.
Oh, I don't know how you can't have snow
in Hawaii,
Christmas.
would you even feel like it was Christmas?
We did Christmas in Australia, and it was not the same, but because we're following Aussie traditions, it felt special.
But it did not feel like Christmas.
No.
Do you
Waking
know-
up in the morning and having a bucket of shrimp was lovely. That was not Christmas.
I love a hot Christmas. I do.
How do you think Santa is able
Crack
to come
open
there?
beers first thing in the morning on a beach or
You
something.
can
It's
drink in the
fantastic.
snow.
Well, you can drink in the snow. You can drink wherever you want. A little Christmas elf might
Have
drop
you-
some rum in my cup no matter what time it is. But I do like a warm Christmas.
Have you thought about the unintended consequences of this weather with being like the city's snow removal budget must be
Well, they gotta make up some money.
We're in a
Yeah.
surplus.
Insurance companies not
Winter
having
ain't
to
over
deal
yet.
with all these
They gotta-
first
Oh,
winter crashes.
Oh,
Remember
yeah.
when we had that one snow for like 3 days?
Yeah, and it was a shit
And it
show.
was
That
ice,
was crazy.
and
Yeah.
everybody was crashing into everybody.
That's always the first snowfall of the year.
I love the first snowfall because then everybody rushes to put their winters on. Now, casual.
I went to go get an oil change at one of those quick oil change places, and I drove to one. There was 13 cars in line. I was like, oh, I'm not waiting this one, but I need to get this done because I'm driving out of town like the next day.
Mhm.
I go to another one, and there's 13 cars, and I'm like, why is so many people getting oil changes right now? I sit there. I'm like, I got to wait in line. The guy comes out. He's like, tires? I'm like, no, oil change. He goes, okay, come on up. I didn't realize that these quick oil changes swap tires right then and there.
Oh,
You
that's
have-
smart.
You have your old tires. They use one bay. I sat there and got my oil change. That took about like 20 minutes. 2 cars in and out. They swap them so fast. I didn't know
Like
they did that.
F1 pit
Like
crew.
F1.
Like an
Yeah.
F1 pit crew, and the
Last
place was
race of the year.
packed with
This
tires.
past weekend, it was boring as hell.
Surprise, surprise.
Shocker, yeah.
Max one.
Terrible
So
season.
if you don't have your Christmas lights up, your winters on your car, your patio furniture put away, you literally have no excuses this year.
I put my tree up this weekend but I did it immediately after taking my dog on an extended walk, and it was beautiful outside. So
Yeah.
it did not feel like it was seasonally appropriate.
I know. It's just, it's mind blowing. And then I'll wake up a few more and just see a little like dusting of snow, and I get excited, and then it just like melts away. And I'm like, what is going on?
I would like to go skiing.
So what
I want to go skiing so bad.
Are they getting snow in the mountains? Is this?
I know Jasper's like got limited lifts open right now. Obviously they'll be probably fully operational in a couple of weeks, but like right now at this moment, Sunshine always seems to get snow, so I'm sure they're fine. But yeah, I don't know.
They are open, limited lifts, new knob, opening December 2023.
I cannot wait for that. I gotta go ski that. I gotta go do that in December.
That's where?
Jasper,
Oh.
Marmot Basin. I love
One of
Marmot.
the greatest mountains ever. buddy.
It's a great ski mountain, man.
It's a good family mountain, but also a good mountain for if you want to go a little hardcore.
Well,
It's
Mid
got
Mountain Chalet,
Yeah.
outdoor
The
fire
Mid-Mountain
pit.
Chalet is my favorite place in the world.
Parking lot 4. Come on.
Oh yeah, lot 4 all day.
Got a lot of parties to be had around there.
Mm-hmm.
We went on a ski trip one year, and me and one of my friends, there was probably 8 of us, and me and one of my friends it was the most expensive cover charge I've ever paid to a bar because I paid for the lift ticket. Basically skied to the Mid-Mountain Lodge, stayed there all day, skied down when it was time to go home.
Whatever, if you enjoyed yourself, it was
We did. We had a great. People just kept popping in and out. We
Oh,
just
it's good.
stayed
It was
there.
good. It was. You guys set up a good like zone
Set
for
up a
us, so you
great
could go
zone.
hit a couple runs, pop in, say I always had a table to go to, have a pint.
It's lovely.
It was great.
I love a great day on the mountain.
Yeah.
Though I watched a documentary on Netflix called Buried this weekend
Hmm.
about, did you see that?
No, but I got a sneaky suspicion I know what it's about.
That's why it's probably smart to always ski at a proper avalanche controlled ski resort. I'm assuming.
This one was, well, supposedly. Then they got a huge dump and all of the mountain released all at once, where normally they try and section it. Not good.
Where?
I want to say Utah, but I also feel like I could be making that up.
Park
It's one
City?
of those ones you half pay attention
Yeah.
to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
That's what it is.
it is what it is.
You know?
How about them Oilers? We back.
Are we?
Well, we just beat 2 bad teams.
Yes.
Washington
But
is not bad. I take umbrage with that. They were 8-1 and
Their
1 in
record
last 10.
is fake news.
Okay.
Well, fair.
Not great
Fine.
records, but as Wanye said when I walked in, they put together 6 incredible
Seven.
periods. 7
We're on 7 good periods of hockey.
incredible periods of hockey. And they look different. The bounces are going their way now. Like the little
Connors.
things are happening. Leon buried from his office.
Where has that shot been for 16 games?
That's what I was
hasn't
wondering,
even been
too.
waiting on the damn dot for the
It just-
damn pass.
They must have had the exorcism. That's what had to have happened because something was wrong.
Because even when he did get one from that spot that you're talking about, the Leon office, he would rip it 3 feet wide.
Yeah.
It would
Yeah.
he would duff it
He
entirely.
wasn't in his wheelhouse.
He's getting his mojo back,
He-
baby.
Yeah.
Vibes were off. And maybe, what do we call him again?
Connor.
No, the coach. We're
Oh,
knob,
Nobby.
Coach Nobby.
knobby.
No,
Garlic?
Gobbler?
We're a
No.
knob guy. Yeah.
The knob
We're the
gobblers.
knob
No, we are
gobblers.
We are the
collectively
knob
gobblers.
gobblers. Maybe the vibe change helped. Maybe that's all it needed.
Maybe players that good can't go through historic droughts forever and they revert to the mean.
Yeah,
Here's my
positive regression or whatever.
Here's
term
my
it's
one
like.
comment. The vibes will never be truly back until Captain Connor saw him in the picture with the paintbrush and
I
the paint.
hate it.
He looked like he was like, why are we doing this?
Yes.
It's
Well,
his
apparently
idea.
it's his idea.
This is crazy. Then why wouldn't he have a big
That's- and I-
smile on his
I-
face?
The plunger was his idea.
Apparently,
Yeah.
the plunger and the painter is that's the rumor, and I'm
Oh.
like, is it his idea?
I don't.
Jeff
Is
Jackson.
it? Or is it?
Where's
Is
the
it?
vest?
I don't know, but
It's a good question.
How can a group of grown men think that's cool? Like, it's not cool.
Who won the best 82 game 82 of last year? If it was Clem Costin.
Wasn't
He
it?
took it.
Wasn't it Gulletson because they gave it to him for the power play?
oh
I feel
yeah.
like that was
Well,
right.
he's survived another call, so it must be around.
Gully's the thief is what we're saying.
A lot of news about Leon fixing the power play with a meeting, players only meeting.
But I like to hear that they have that.
I do. No,
But
I do.
also
That's
it's-
leadership.
When they care.
I got roasted for questioning the leadership.
You did.
That right there is leadership. Get the boys together.
Yeah.
Have a power play meeting, and it looks better. Figure some things out. I love when they point to Connor Brown during the Washington Capitals game after their a
finally,
play that, and
finally
then
contributing to offense, albeit on the bench.
in the post game interview, they asked Leon, what were you guys pointing at? He can't even hold his laughter in. Like, he tries to be all serious, but he's just like, oh man. So Connor Brown he invented this play. And I think he was kind of like half sarcastic, but they were giving him his props. They told him to play.
Is that the Nuge goal? Like, that's that play?
No, that was,
the one where
Washington.
Leon was flipped backwards on the power play, took it on his backhand, turned and ripped it.
Who does that? Is it Philip Forsberg or is it Washington Capital that does that? Oh, it was Oshie.
But like, what I was confused about is Leon has scored a goal exactly like that last year.
But like the turnaround, that's not that, but that's normally okay.
It was very Sedin-like.
Nuge said on his play that it wasn't a set play beforehand, but that in that moment, Darnell Nurse
that was
called it out.
Laser beam.
Said something to him and told him and said, "Let's do this," and he did it, and it worked perfectly. He gave all the credit to Nursey. Like said, he did
it. Was a bomb.
How much money does Seth Jones make?
About the same.
He will never make that pass.
It was
never.
That pass was an absolute bomb.
Unbelievable.
Nuge with a great finish. And then Nuge's goal against Washington was really cool too, when it popped way up and he had the wherewithal to kind of wait until it dropped.
Yep.
Good shit.
Yep.
A lot of guys that needed points and goals are getting them, and it makes me happy.
Yeah.
I just love Kane keeps scoring. That's great.
Kane's
too.
Kane's in it
on another level right now. He's playing unbelievable.
Hyman's going to score 50 goals.
Yeah.
He's leading the team. 11
really
goals
cool
this
to
season.
see Hamlin get his first goal.
Second goal.
Why'd they say first then?
First in Edmonton.
First home goal.
Yeah.
Cool to see. I mean, just whatever. He's
Hometown kid getting
have some
goal.
success, and that was a good, great shot.
There was a good tweet last night about how people said when Hyman signed that contract, it was a big ripoff. We'd regret the second half of it.
Leafs fans,
it's year 3, man. And he's
still
ringing.
Yeah.
He's a lot of people's favorite player in a team full of really awesome players.
Well, it's because he just plays hard.
Yeah.
And that's why I like James Hamlin too, because he's like Hyman light.
He's super light.
Their names will start with H.
He's quick though, isn't he?
Yeah, he's got some speed.
Yeah.
He's tiny.
He
a lot
said,
of give a shit.
Good hair though. A lot of give a shit. Yeah.
He said I think it was with Gene or whenever, that he wants the offense to be there, but his responsibility is being good in the defensive zone, and then the offense will come when he gets the opportunities. And he took them, and then you look at a guy like Ryan McLeod, and it's like, well, why do you have no goals? But James Hamlin has 2.
Trade bait. How did Adam Ernie play for you last night?
He was good. Better. He's done a lot better. I'm not afraid to admit it. I don't particularly think he should be on the team.
Really care about
I think he's getting better, and he's established himself in a role. I don't think he should be an everyday player, but the others have no choice but to make him an everyday player.
Last night made you realize how much we missed Matthias Janmark.
He had that wraparound was sick.
Like, he's good, man.
And he fired one too, like from off wing that missed by about a foot or so, but hell of a shot.
Like when he was doing those loops, you're like, oh, it's Connor.
I thought he was wheeling, creating speed with the lean. JR, give us your 20-day synopsis. No. Of the defense right now. They're playing better. You got to be happy with them. Nurse is playing great.
Nurse has been playing good most of the season. Him and Cece. There's like zero to complain against.
Taking one right to the chicklets though, last
night. But you know what? Apparently it's waking guys up. Nurse had a great game. He took one right to the bridge of the nose. I do like
the idea that they play together also, and they're both looking hard as fuck right now.
Hard as fuck. Yeah, come at me.
Didn't he?
I think so. Or they got broken out.
9 stitches.
You're still seeing some softness. Like that game, the way it started, I was like,
well, Stu was in the first 10 minutes.
Like, fuck off.
That second goal doesn't make any sense.
He got it together, though.
He got it together. We played a little bit better, but there's still I'm still not comfortable with the defense. So that's my 20 games.
No, so my favorite thing that I heard from post-game interviews was when Connor said to Gene, and I had to look it up because I didn't believe it, but after 20 games this season, we are 5-12-1. No, 7-12-1, meaning we have 15 points. Last year, after 10 games or 20 games, we were 10-10. We're 5 points back of where we were at this exact time last year.
Yeah.
So we only have to make up 5 points to get back on pace. That's not. But we weren't. Bad.
Well, but that was a bad pace too. Though
2 weeks ago, everybody was like, "Oh, 800% winning. We are like 8. Like we have to go on an amazing
but we had to last year too.
Right.
And we're 5 points
capable
behind
of
that.
it.
But what's amazing though is the West is a fucking tire
Yeah, that's
fire,
what I was gonna say.
and we're only 5 points out of a playoff
That's
spot.
what I was going to say.
That's where we're so lucky.
The West is a disaster, and it's like if all the times for the Oilers have a period like this right now.
Yes, and now get hot and like watch. We could finish in the top 3 still.
We get a gift too coming up when we've already had one team come in and have to play Edmonton on a back-to-back where they play Calgary the one night, come in, play Edmonton the exact next night. I looked in the schedule and Calgary doesn't have a lot of that where they play Edmonton first and then go to Calgary. But we get the Vegas Knights. Yeah, good. I'm glad. Like that's good schedule making for us.
Mhm.
We get the Knights on a second game of a back-to-back, which is good when they're on a tear. Like
They're sliding
30
right now.
points right now.
They're sliding right now, though, aren't they?
They just lost 2-0 to Arizona last night. They are 4-5-1 in their last 10. Well, there's a 5-5.
I'm torn if I want them to win or lose. And normally you want them to win in Calgary and come to Edmonton and lose, but like I kind of want them to go lose,
I just think
which means
it doesn't
Calgary
matter.
winning.
It doesn't matter if Vegas is good or bad. That game's just going to be pretty intense, isn't it? Like however, whatever level it is, but it's no better time than now to play the Vegas Golden Knights.
To have
better than 10 games before
How
that.
about Aiden Hill?
Yeah.
932
940.
save percentage.
I guess pretty good.
So
apparently.
just to further my point,
They got
about,
him for
though,
nothing.
The Edmonton, like the Oilers getting Vegas on the back-to-back. We then have to travel to Winnipeg, and since there's no airport, we got to do it by bus.
Such a nightmare.
Long ride.
We do that on Wednesday. So this week's,
So they essentially have to leave right after the game, you know?
They play in Edmonton on Thursday, I thought.
No, it's on the road
no, it's on the road.
because we
Oh.
have a watch
Now-
party.
What is the deal with no
On Thursday?
games
Yeah.
over the
Another
weekend?
one.
Why do they almost get a week break coming up here?
Is it their bye week?
So bizarre.
Is it
Could be their bye week.
because they play on the 7th? They play Thursday, November 30th against the Jets, and then don't
not
play
till the
again
6th.
until Wednesday the 6th at home against Carolina. Then December 8th at home against Minnesota.
Little knobby practice time.
Yeah.
It's-
the get right week.
It must be their bye week. They do that still, right?
I actually, I think those come second half of the season though.
Oh, well, that's like
it is
6 days
weird.
off.
Yeah.
It is 6 days off. Yeah.
Little time to heal, maybe.
Well, important 2 games coming up this week. Let's see if we can continue this
Need
run
to.
we're on. You know,
Need to.
Why don't we look back on the last 2 games then, Chalmers, and you can give me your generous guy for our friends at Crown Royal. The generous guy, generosity lives in the small things. Crown Royal, crown everything.
how about Liam goes first?
Okay.
I have one, but it's not. My generous guy was going to be the schedule maker for giving us 2 back-to-backs.
Okay.
That's fine.
That's
You know
great.
what? The schedule makers for giving us 2 back-to-backs this
Crown
early in the
Royal,
season.
crown everything.
Yeah.
Schedule maker.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, there goes
What you got?
mine.
Generous guy.
I'll say Vinny. Didn't he have 3 assists last night or something like that?
3 assists in the last 2 games.
Yeah, guys, he's
Offensive
on a
dynamo.
run. Yeah,
Juggernaut.
it's twice this season he's had a streak.
Woo.
It's pretty good. He's in his office.
Amen.
He's in his office.
Jay?
The Paul Coffey effect is real.
Yes.
Paul Coffey's like, you know what? You should go get 3 points in 2 games.
He
Vinny's
goes, oh,
like,
shit.
you're the one in the Hockey Hall of Fame,
I'm
Paul.
my biggest project yet, turning Vinny Desharnais into a 50-point defenseman.
Oh, my Lord.
Skating with his head up.
Come on. Jay, who's your generous guy for our friends at Crown Royal?
My generous guy would be, I hate to make it all Oilers centric, but I guess we are an Edmonton hockey podcast
Mhm.
sometimes. I'm going to say Connor McDavid because he was doing some amazing puck distribution last night.
He was
Was Connor doing
that
Connor
Hyman
Connor
goal
doing
was
5
unreal.
points. Crazy that Hyman goal was sick.
Yeah,
That setup was sick. His pass over to Leon, sick. Connor is back to being very generous with his teammates.
That is lovely. Wanye, you have a generous guy for our friends.
My
at Crown
generous
Royal.
guy is Chalmers. I didn't think you were going to come today. When I saw you come around the corner yelling at everybody, I was like, well, here's my boy.
Okay, well, this will lead into my second generous guy. So I missed last week 2 days because I had, I don't know a better way to put it than a week where I just get kicked in the dick every day.
Still working. Kick dick, so?
Saturday, yeah. So Saturday night of last week, I wake up on Sunday morning and my house is 14 degrees.
A little cold.
I go down to my furnace. I like to fancy myself somebody who can fix some
You
things.
said you
Change
run
your
hot.
filters.
I do run hot, but not for my rest of my family doesn't. I like to provide them with heat because I am a generous guy. I pay for the heat. I want the heat.
So the generous guy is you. Yes.
So I go and I try to fix my furnace. I cannot. So Monday, I call the furnace repair people. They come. They cannot fix it either. So on Tuesday, I have to get a brand new furnace. Mm-hmm. Both of these days, though, is a good 5 hours of me hanging out with these guys trying to fix this stuff.
So what do you got? Just the oven open?
No. So because I'm in construction, I have like these big construction heaters that plug into a dryer plug.
Gotcha.
And I could keep the house efficiently enough with that. Here's where the dick kicks kept coming in. My wall oven went. So we couldn't cook. So I called a guy to get it fixed. So then my security system screws up.
Hold on. Do you have power to your house?
Buddy.
It just be a power. Now my TV doesn't work. Now my other thing doesn't
You
work.
left your hose bib on.
So my
legs work.
It all roots back.
And this is 2 weeks after I had to replace my garage door because the whole thing broke and found 4 dents in it. So I'm already like, my house is just driving me crazy. I've got now my security system, my wall oven, and my furnace not working. And on Tuesday, all 3 got fixed. My generous guy was Nick from Industrial Appliances. Came to my house.
What a boy, Nick.
5 hours. He put in a new fan. It wasn't the issue. So he took it out, put the old one back in. He troubleshot. He never gave up. And he found a burnt wire. That was a notorious problem with the type of wall oven that I have. He fixed it. It works now. Here I am expecting quite a large bill. And he undervalued his time. So it was a really nice surprise. So I gave him a little extra on top because like I knew what this was going to cost. But this guy was generous. And that caused me to be very behind in my work schedule. And so I couldn't make these podcasts. Therefore, I didn't have a Keeping It 100, which I have one on Thursday. Oof.
Well, we'll just see. We'll roll it over.
We'll roll it over. I'll do it on Thursday. But yeah, so
if you're here,
I'll be here. I promise you. I guaranteed it. My personal guarantee. I guaranteed it in the phone. I felt bad on Thursday.
Don't
I was like,
guys,
guarantee.
You might have some horrible happen.
Yeah, exactly.
No, don't
microwave
care.
could.
I'll call you out on it.
Don't care. I'm trying to be more responsible in coming and doing this.
But it's not because you're not here because you're like off gallivanting. You have a real life.
I do.
Not real life.
But I like this. And I like to do it for my boy JR and my boy Wanya and the rest of the nation who I just like to be here. And when I say I'm going to do something, I like to do it.
Put some pride in your work.
Put some pride in your damn work.
Show up.
I guess I'm not your boy. That's fine.
Bag milk.
My generous guy is going to go to Lucas Dostal for allowing 6 goals on 16 shots for a .625 save percentage. It's nice to be on the other end of one of those.
Well, they put him in because he goalied us hard last year.
He did.
And so we
very much did.
Now is our average, like our goals against for him between those 2 games, because we had a shit ton of shots and not a lot of goals, and not that many shots and a lot of goals. I think we got him in a good spot now.
You know what? It all evens up. And looking back on our question from the first week of the season, the Oilers are still 8 goals in the hole on their goal differential. Got some work to do still.
Do you know what would have helped the goal differential last night?
Go ahead.
If the NHL had good enough technology to prove that pucks go over the line or not, and are not prevented by snow.
It should be a sensor. I know the snow just...
Or like
come
a
on.
camera in the post pointing.
I call him 2-goal night. Unofficially.
Yeah. Like it's not the ref's fault that they couldn't see that.
No.
It's on the
It's gotta
NHL.
be conclusive.
Remember the World Cup, like how crazy the chip of the ball was? They could,
You would
like,
have somebody's
get rid of
ass
all
cheeks
the
just
players.
sticking out slightly and they're offside.
Oh, they're
Nailed
just...
it.
They,
Yeah.
He's like,
I don't think...
Cameras?
Liam Earmuffs, I don't know if I'm a fan of soccer offside.
Oh, I'm not either.
Okay.
It should be the whole body,
It shouldn't
Not just the
exist.
not just the cheek.
You should be
shouldn't
able to cherry
exist.
pick big time.
No, you shouldn't.
Open up the scoring a little bit. Some say it's boring.
Why not though?
Well,
From your perspective.
why shouldn't they do that?
Yeah.
Because then you lose the tacticalness of the game a little bit too. If guys are just hoofing the ball to the guy stud on the goal line, waiting for the ball to come to them, it's kind of boring.
But then that guy's out of the play.
Well, there's
Odd
in
man.
I think it's a bit
the
silly.
NHL, a guy could cherry pick, but he doesn't.
No, he can't because he would be offside.
You can hang out at the blue line. What?
Okay,
That's the Oilers
yeah,
breakup.
but my hypothetical was if he was stood on the goal line.
Yeah,
Then yeah, you can do the exact same thing
you
in
can't.
football. Yeah, you
'Cause you're
can. You can
behind the
stand.
defender. You can't
can
go
s-
behind the defender.
You can stand on the last defender.
But you can't go behind him.
If you're quick enough, you can get behind him.
Only after the ball's kicked.
I don't. Yeah.
Silly. A little sports silly.
Anyway, I think the point is we have the technology in 2023 that you should be able to find out if a puck crosses the line.
There should be cameras
Tennis
on the post.
Tennis can figure out 130 kilometer an hour, mile per hour. I don't even know what it is. Mile.
And they've had that forever.
Serve if it hits the line by like a millimeter.
They've had that forever.
Yeah.
Too.
They were one of the first, I think, to.
Well,
Like
just
the
have
pylon
two.
cams in football these days. You see the pylons with the little
Yes,
camera.
that's what they need in the goalpost.
Super cool.
I was actually hoping that Tyler was going to be here today so I could ask him about his day at the Bills-Eagles game.
Oh man, that must have been such a roller coaster ride of emotion.
I watched the whole thing.
So did I. I watched it. I had it like I had men's league game. I'm sitting in the dressing room watching it in full gear because Survivor Pool's getting down to the thick of it. There's only 6 people left out of like 45.
Oh, that's nice.
And 2 of them had Philadelphia to win.
Oh, I wouldn't even touch that game.
And me neither, man. That's a crazy game to take.
Mhm.
And the fact that Philly's so studly that they can just, okay, you score a field goal and it's an overtime, we'll just come right down and score a touchdown with ease.
The other thing that I was thinking about is while the Bills were blowing it was that Tyler, knowing that he was just in Seattle at the Seahawks game, was probably not dressed weather appropriate to sit in the rain for 3 hours. And when I saw him with his little hoodie and his rain jacket,
He
I
must
know
have
he
been
was
drenched.
cold and complaining he was cold the entire time.
Some of the most incredible kicking I've ever seen. Like that guy hit a 58-yarder in the rain,
pouring rain,
and
That's
had
crazy.
some room left.
Yeah.
Did you see the kick in the Jacksonville-Houston game? I've never seen this, but on the uprights of a football game, you can hit the left or the right one. We've all seen that. But to kick it exactly 62 yards and land it right on
Post.
the vertical one, or the horizontal one, and have it just bounce back like a foot. I've never seen that. It landed like perfectly on it.
Was that to tie the game?
Yeah, to tie the game.
Oh shit! I was watching. That game was good.
So
Yeah.
it bounces out, it doesn't count. Right?
No, it bounced out and didn't count.
But bounces through, yes.
Yes.
Bounced through, yes, 100%. But like, just the guy needed 6 more inches.
Don't we all? One day.
One day.
One day.
Yeah, good week of football. American Thanksgiving, it's my favorite. That was so electric. I loved it. Just getting to listen to on my phone, just football all day Thursday.
The only thing
All
I don't like
working.
though is there was 0 hockey games on Thursday.
2 days last week without any
2
hockey.
days with no hockey.
I get the one day. How the hell does the second day happen?
I don't because they play on a Canadian thing.
You do not put a hockey game on that Thursday.
Yeah, that makes sense. But on the Tuesday before, that made 0 sense.
Yeah, they tried to put an explanation out that nobody had the venue because everyone was traveling. Then they also use the excuse that the teams going to the global series couldn't play. So, well, that's your fault because you scheduled the global series too. So that you just eliminated 4 teams there. So the only 3 teams that could have played were Vancouver, Calgary, and Arizona.
Well, why didn't they play? Should have been at least one game.
Because the NHL's dumb.
Oh, okay. All right. Noted.
This battle has been happening with me and the NHL schedule maker since day one.
Well, as people
But he
who
was going to
plan-
be your generous guy and I stole it from you?
No. You can definitely have that one.
as people who plan nation vacations, every time
It's
the schedule
ridiculous.
comes out, you're like, oh my God. It's as if they don't want us to go anywhere.
It has been bad.
The first 3 Fridays of the season did not have more than 2 games, or like didn't have an evening game or something like that. The games would all start at 5 o'clock, and there would be nothing after 7 on the West Coast.
Smart.
First 3 Fridays of the season.
Nobody wants to watch hockey on Friday.
No. That'd be silly.
Get together, maybe some wangs, maybe order via DoorDash, have a
Have
couple
to.
of beers. Lovely.
Maybe order your beers on DoorDash.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Limited time only. Our listeners can get 25% off and 0 delivery fees on the first order of $15 or more when you download the DoorDash app and enter code NATION25. That's 25% off up to a $10 value and 0 delivery fees on your first order when you download the DoorDash app in the App Store and use the code NATION25. That's all caps. Liam. Remember that.
Never
Don't forget.
forget.
What's the code?
Nation 25, all caps.
25% off your first order with DoorDash. Offer valid in Canada, subject to change. Terms do apply.
Can I say one thing about hockey too? And it's
Please.
something we've always talked about, like stories and personalities in hockey. And I think right now I'm seeing something that I really, really, really like. And it's the chemistry between Paul Bissonnette and Wayne Gretzky on TNT. The clips
Wayne's
that
so much better than I thought he was.
He's so much better than I thought, and they are perfect. And it's been not an industry secret that the TNT basketball broadcast with Charles Barkley, Kenny, what's Kenny's last name?
Smith.
Kenny Smith, Shaq, and Ernie Johnson is the greatest pregame, middle game, post game show. It's one of the best shows out there. And so the NHL, obviously, it's a copycat world out there. And they said, we got to find some people that are like that. Rarely do you nail it. It took a little bit of time, but the clip where he's talking about the Olympic workouts that he did and Gretzky is chirping him about, well, that's your problem. You were trying to make the Olympics and I was trying to play in the NHL. And he's talking about the snatch and the clean and jerk and the way that they just went back and forth. It was great. And Anson's great too. Anson Carter's really, really good.
Dancing Anson.
So I don't know. I wish I got to see more of it. I mean, I don't even know where to really find it. I only see clips.
Yeah, I only see clips too.
That's the thing is where can we even get that here?
I think it's TNT.
I think occasionally they'll do it on Sportsnet.
You might be able to buy it somewhere or something.
Maybe on NHL Pass if they even have it.
I just can't be getting more streaming services just to watch the team.
Yeah, I know.
Touche.
I looked at my streaming services the other day and I was blown away that I still had some that I didn't even know I had. I could have been watching all the Yellowstones, 1886, 1923. Could have been watching it all because I got Paramount Plus just to watch Zoolander one night with my kids and forgot to cancel it. and now I'm like, oh my God.
There's no way I'm going to get Paramount Plus to watch this. That's bullshit. That's the end of my Yellowstone watching.
Just to watch one movie, I got it. Crazy.
Yeah, they get you. I finally have been boxed out of the 2 Netflix accounts I've been sharing.
No.
Each TV was a part of a different one. Happen. They finally caught me. So now I have a Netflix account.
So I watched the
good
movie.
Run.
I watched the new Mission Impossible the other night.
Ooh, on what? I want to see it.
Yeah, it's on. It's Paramount Plus.
It's on Paramount Plus.
Yeah, and I canceled my subscription 2 days before that, so I had to rent it for $6.99.
Oh my God!
The price. It's $8 a month to have the streaming service, and I'm like, oh Jesus, I just canceled this a week ago. So I rented it for $6.99.
They keep tricking you back to the platform.
Oh, it's just.
Was it good?
It was awesome.
Okay,
That's
all I want to hear.
Mission Impossible's. Born it in Dead Reckoning. Dead Reckoning Part 1 So we got a Part 2 coming on.
I think these are the last ones.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, right?
He's getting better than
you probably have to get a new Ethan Hawke.
Yeah, whoever it may be. Yeah. So what is that?
Ethan
8, 7, or 8?
Oh,
now?
I don't know, but just with the Bournes, 007's Bournes. Mission Impossible.
Well, these Mission Impossibles are actually tiding me over until I get a new Bond.
Who is going to be the new Bond? You got the inside track. I follow all the 007 accounts I can online, but
I think it's between 3 guys, and whichever way they want to go, isn't it? Tom Hardy.
Oh, give me Tom Hardy.
Idris Elba.
I think I feel like he's out of the running now.
I feel like
he's
too old now.
Who's
you can't do a series with
Daniel Craig was old. He wasn't. Yeah,
Sean Connery wasn't exactly young.
And then the other one, if they want to go young, is Tom Holland, I believe. Who's Spider-Man?
No,
he's too small.
No,
yeah, I don't think he would work.
No, Liam. Spider-Man cannot be James Bond.
I agree. He doesn't have
I have yet to see a role.
Bane can be James Bond.
Tom Hardy, I'm in.
I would be all in for a Tom Hardy James Bond.
I haven't seen a role that Tom Hardy's played where I didn't think he was the coolest person in everything he's in.
Have you ever seen him in Peaky Blinders?
Yes.
That is incredible.
Yes. He's incredible.
Yeah. It's crazy that it's just a random BBC show and it has Cillian Murphy and Tom Hardy in it.
It's a great show.
It's a weekly show.
Tom Hardy, I'm all in as Bond.
Yeah, that'd be good. I like Idris Elba.
I love Tom Hardy.
It's kind of weird. I like him a lot, but he'd be such a different vibe.
Have you seen Taboo?
No, I have not.
Only played the board game.
It's they've only done one season. I don't know if they're gonna do another second season, but it was a Netflix show.
Taboo. What was the board game? Oh, you couldn't say a word.
You couldn't say certain words.
Yeah. I'm torn. I don't know.
I think Idris Elba would be cool.
Oh, it'd be so cool. But remember, they were talking about him 10 years ago.
What was the show Was it The Wire?
The Wire. I'm just starting to watch The Wire.
Yeah,
Tom Holland. He could
stop it. No,
he's too young.
No. He can go a different route. He can go start a new Bourne. He could be a new
No, he's gonna be Spider-Man. He could be Spider-Man. 20 years. No, he looks like Ralph Macchio.
They
that he never ages.
They casted him as Spider-Man. Yeah,
he doesn't have that.
Look,
he's not a stud.
That panache.
I need my Bond to be a stud.
Daniel Craig was so fucking
He was
good.
awesome.
And he came in under a cloud of controversy. Remember he made the movie
Blonde hair.
Slevin? What was it?
No,
What was it? Like
Le-
Bond, but it wasn't Bond. But it was like the trial run for him being Bond. They made a movie with Daniel Craig right before the first Bond. And he like beat a guy up in it, and you could kind of see that they were like, "Is this the next James Bond?"
There's Layer Cake, but I don't know if that. I don't think,
Layer Cake. Layer Cake was one of my favorites.
that's what made me like it because I'm like, I need to know what this guy's about. I watched Layer Cake, and I was like,
it came out right before Bond, right?
maybe
Trying to find out. I'm cruising the old IMDb here.
So,
but like he was Bond for 16 years, so he would have came in.
Considered old when he came into the role.
Yeah, so he would have come in at 40 and left at 56 or something like that.
Well, it helped that he was chiseled.
Yeah, he's
Very handsome man.
The Broccoli family insisted on it.
so apparently the number one candidate is Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Let me see what he looks like.
Okay. He's got that rugged toughness look to him.
God, he looks cocky.
You know who should be James Bond?
That's James
The
Bond.
Is he going
Rock.
to keep this long flow that I'm looking
I
at?
don't know.
The
Can't have
Rock.
that long flow.
The Rock?
Rock as Bond?
Yeah, big
Dan,
old
this,
tuxedo.
who's Damson
Older.
Idris?
His head is just
Is that-
gigantic.
I know.
Sweating at the poker table. Rips it in half.
No, No.
Richard Madden wouldn't be good at it.
no, you're too small, Stark.
You also, I don't want to.
Don't get a star to be James Bond. The role is the star. Get an
Oh,
underappreciated
yeah.
star.
Roger Jean Page, like he's suave, like he's.
I don't think he'd be good at it.
I don't know why, like he shouldn't have left
Frenchman
Bridget.
as James Bond.
James Norton.
I don't know who
Riots in the
James
streets.
Norton is.
Hello, sir.
Henry Cavill.
I can't. I struggle.
I think he's too already in the iconic
He's done
role of
Superman. That's the thing. If you've done that, like I don't think. Yeah, it's got to
Henry
be like an
Cavill?
up and comer. Like
Yeah. I don't want to look at James Bond and think of a guy doing a different role. I want the guy to be James Bond.
yeah, blow my mind. Dev Patel.
Get out of here.
Like I love Dev Patel, but come on.
That's is what you just said there, Monya, about the character being the role is
Absolutely the star.
that's what Spider-Man did actually. Ironically,
Andrew
with Tom
Garfield,
Holland.
another Spider-Man. No, stop it.
He's also been
He
in
might
Wolverine.
be able to do it though because he's so far removed from being Spider-Man in his
But he
movies.
Yeah,
doesn't
but
look
then-
like a Bond.
But then he's also Eduardo
that's
Saverin,
true.
so can't do it.
Eduardo.
You know who could be James Bond? He has the athleticism and the looks and the style and the panache, but he's not an actor.
Okay, go. I was
Henrik
just,
Lundqvist.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know, 100%.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's swarthy.
You know what? Jacob Elordi. Don't know who you are. Kind of suave.
What
what about Channing Tatum?
Looks a little. No.
Get out of bed.
You don't hire a linebacker to be
my lord,
James
a male
Bond.
Stripper.
He's
John
awesome in those-
Boyega. John Boyega. Oh, he's
from Star Wars.
he's Finn. He's in Star Wars. But okay,
In
is he
Kingsman?
British? He must be.
Yeah, English.
Channing Tatum is awesome. Kingsman.
Not
What
as
about-
James Bond.
What?
Oh, he was good. He
He's
was.
the
that
second
mean
one.
guy?
Remember, he's the Tennessee guy.
Oh,
He's the guy
What's
in
his
that.
name?
He's good in that.
yeah,
What is that guy's name? He was also Elton John.
yeah. Ed,
Taron Egerton.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Taron
and Eddie the Eagle.
well, that's Eddie the Eagle is a great film.
It is.
If it doesn't hit you in the feels,
I
then
just
you
watched it
can't
for the
feel.
first time a little while ago. It's
I
cool.
think it's very funny how they make it seem like it's in like the heart of the mountains.
You know what was insanely good content was the cross cancer ad during the game last night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What the heck was that, man?
I missed it.
It was like a motion picture. It was like 45 minutes long.
Idris
It was
Elba will be
about the
good. Oh, on the list.
Climb of a cross cancer patient being diagnosed through ringing the bell. It was like exceptionally well done.
Yeah,
Wow.
it was.
Yeah, it was for the
Shocking.
50-50.
There's a lot of onion cutting, I bet.
Like,
Oh yeah,
Well, the
allergies
effort
came
that
out.
would have taken them.
Seriously.
That probably took them a week to film that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's
It was
good.
wild, man.
Emily
It's
Blunt, whom I have a massive crush on, but to be
We just
James
need to
Bond,
do a Bond podcast. Jared love Bond.
good. If there's one
I
thing
love
we've
James Bond,
learned
too.
in Hollywood's taught us in the last few years is that taking an old franchise and rebooting it with new people is a recipe for failure.
but they've been like James.
Not
but,
always.
but that's what James Bond's done
Ghostbusters
every year.
Bond can do it, but don't monkey with the formula.
There's a new Ghostbusters.
Yeah, I
coming
want
out
them to
that's
surprise
more
me.
like a Stranger Things
the
Ghostbusters.
last Ghostbusters Afterlife
Was
Little
good.
darker,
The
little
last one
darker.
with Paul Rudd is so good.
Unbelievable.
Filmed in Drumheller.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Really
The
good.
one prior to that, unwatchable. It was.
The women
Kristen
one?
Wiig in it, man.
Yeah.
I love those actresses.
Oh, it was just a bad movie.
It was terrible.
It was just a bad movie.
I love those actresses too.
I love
And
Kristen.
It's like they
did
try to
not
make
give them a good
Bridesmaids
script.
a Ghostbusters
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
Try to smash
Wasn't
together.
going to work.
Needed to be serious.
We need a bridesmaid, a Wedding Crashers type comedy right now. Like
Those don't come
old
out
school.
anymore, and it bums
Where
me out.
are they?
It bums me out.
It bums me out too.
It's a different time now. You can't say offensive shit. Like offensive comedy.
You can still tell. You can still make like
one of my personal favorite like comedy blockbuster movies is the original Hangover. So fucking
Yeah, that
fun.
is awesome.
So good.
I just watched it again, just kind of background noise, and it does not age well in terms of some of the things they would say.
no. You got to cut some of that out.
In a restricted era of what you can and can't.
You got to cut. I
man.
know that, but like comedians still can do an hour-long special, and
But it's not like I've listened to old comedy specials on YouTube of late and like winced when people are talking. It's like you're gonna get in trouble.
just simply watch the first 20 minutes of Raw.
Yeah, I was
of
gonna say
Eddie Murphy's
is
Raw.
intense.
It is
But it used to be
hilarious at the time when it was okay, but now you listen to it, and not when it was okay, but like when it didn't have the absolute. I don't even know what the word is. When it wasn't.
Keep going.
When I can't. I don't even know what to say. When you could get away with it, not saying that it was right, but you listen to it now, and even though you felt like it was funny before, it's just like you cringe.
But the strategy of comedy back in the day was like you went and talked and people couldn't believe what the comedian said, but he or she got away with it because they were a comedian, and then you left. That was the end of it.
Yeah, it's shock.
Yeah, that was like what you wanted when you went to the comedian. You wanted shock. I can't believe that they would say that about that thing.
Yeah.
And now it's completely different. And like any
Theo Vaughn gets away with a few things.
Theo Vaughn, yeah, well, there's still a handful of guys that just say whatever they want and just
South
kind of
Park.
South Park is
South
hilarious for that because they've been doing it for 20 years and they've almost got a reputation where it's like, it's just South Park.
But they're so big they can get away with doing stuff that a
100%.
new show would never be allowed to say.
100%. So It's Always Sunny. Like that's a sitcom where they do a bunch of wild and crude shit that just nobody else would be able to. They've just been around forever.
Are they still going?
Oh yeah, just got
Oh,
renewed.
what channel?
FX.
See, I've wanted to watch that show numerous times.
No, I don't even know where it is.
It's on
You can
Disney
stream it
Plus.
somewhere.
I look
Disney
at my
Plus.
phone, I look at my
Disney
TV.
Plus.
I need Disney Plus because I want
And
to
like
start rewatching
Workaholics is a
24.
show I've heard a ton
Workaholics.
about, but I've never
Hilarious.
watched
It's
it.
funny.
So funny. So funny. Those dudes are
Very good show.
Those dudes are really, really good.
Is that
The
one?
League was another one that was really good.
I
No,
love
that's
The
good.
League. Yeah, I love it when you have a show like The League where a character comes in like halfway through a season and absolutely steals like the rest of every scene in
So
every show.
that's-
The brother-in-law, Raffi,
Yeah, so that's It's Always Sunny.
Jason Mustakis or something.
Danny DeVito in It's Always Sunny is that character.
Oh, really?
He comes in season 2 or 3 and he is just an animal for the rest of the show. In the best possible way. My dog's named after his character, Frank. Shout out to him.
Really?
Mhm.
Are you
Nice.
shouting out Frank or Danny DeVito there?
Both.
Both.
Yeah, both.
And Tommy DeVito,
My dude had to get
Tommy DeVito, who's that?
4 teeth pulled on
quarterback of the
Friday.
New York Giants
Ooh.
right now.
So
When he
hot.
scores a touchdown, he does this with his hands.
Ooh, I like that.
Hey, he's from New
Boppity
Jersey.
Boopity?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's the kid that lives with his parents, right?
Yeah, lives with his
Yeah.
parents. Both.
Smart.
Yeah, 15 minutes away
And
from the
his dad
stadium.
is Danny DeVito?
Yep.
I wish
His
he
uncle.
was.
Uncle.
Yeah.
Danny DeVito's tight.
Yeah, he's a little man.
But he's a beautiful home. I one time saw the Danny DeVito Rhea Perlman home, like a real estate listing of it. They were living large for tiny folk.
Hell yeah.
I was just Jesus.
Okay.
Well, they made
He must
Money.
have made so
Millions.
much
Well,
money.
she was on Cheers.
And he was in Twins
and Batman.
and Batman.
Oh yeah.
But he
He was a
Wait,
great penguin.
Maybe
too.
he could be Bond.
was a penguin.
Liam,
He's just a wee Bond.
I know you're
Yeah.
joking, but like there's certain things you can joke about.
Peter Dinklage.
Is it called 003 and a half?
True.
Just kidding.
He's listed at 411.
Can't say that.
Danny
I don't
DeVito?
think we can say.
He's listed at 411.
Holy
Net worth,
smoke.
estimated net worth, $80 million.
That's a lot per inch.
Hey, his dollar per inch ratio is
Yeah.
sky high.
Expensive inches.
Aren't they all? Aren't
Okay.
they all? Right, Chalmers?
I swear
Yeah.
Rhea Perlman
Yeah.
was shorter than him. Can you look that up? Like
She was tiny too, yeah. And loud.
You can see in some episodes of Cheers, she's holding her tray and she's like below the bar counter.
Oh, I hate when they do this on Google. Like, she's actually listed at 5 feet even.
Oh
She'd be
wow.
an inch taller.
Well,
I was gonna say I hate when Google gives me in meters. I don't know what that means.
I know, and we should.
We should, but I don't.
if ever you think you don't have what it takes, Danny DeVito was 4'11" going on Hollywood casting calls. Like the physical confidence you'd have to have in yourself would be.
Hello, sir. I'm walking down to the table.
But he wasn't trying to go for roles that required a 6 foot.
Yeah, but he was never trying to get like a actual like Lord of the Ringsy type role either. He was
True,
like,
touche.
normal
Could have been a
people,
Hobbit,
normal
yeah.
life type shit. And never played the card of being like he wasn't in the Hobbit. He never took a heightism role, if you will.
Does any of you watch a sitcom like a Cheers or anything like these days? Like I know Big Bang's done, but like
I still watch it. I still watch it.
But like that's on cable TV. What is a sitcom that's on cable TV right now? Can you
Ghosts.
Could not tell you.
Ghosts.
Chicago Police.
Chicago Fire.
Chicago.
New York Police.
Because like they're bringing
Blue
back,
Police.
Do you know they're bringing back Fraser?
Yeah.
They have brought it back,
yeah.
but only Fraser would do it. Nobody else would do it. They think Kelsey Grammer's a twat. And then he's like, no.
Really? Like the brother and the dad? Like,
Nobody.
Niles.
Because they realize the only people subscribed to cable are Fraser Cranes lovers.
I think they just
They've all
make,
If there's
Follow
still
the
a new
demographic.
Simpsons every Sunday.
Fraser's hilarious according to Paramount Plus's review. I don't know if you can trust that.
They're
I wouldn't know, I
rebooting
don't
Cheers,
subscribe
which
anymore.
is the lobby bingo hall of the retirement home.
I think they just make a lot of like animated stuff now, don't they?
I
Like
saw a
Bob's
photo the other
Burgers,
day.
Rick and Morty.
Steve Gutenberg, Ted Danson, the other guy from 3 Men and a Baby. Who
Yeah.
was that?
John Travolta.
No.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. It was Tom Selleck.
Oh, you're right.
Oh, I'm thinking of Look Who's Talking.
Who's talking?
Yeah.
The knockoff of 3 Men and a
Yes.
Baby. So then they're at a Leafs game and they're up in that gondola box you guys went in. And they're sitting there watching the game. And they're like, and you have to remember, like at the time, those 3 guys were like the 3 biggest stars in the world.
Huge.
They came together to make that movie. It was mind blowing.
Mhm.
There they are at the Leafs game. Damn.
I haven't even heard the name Steve Gutenberg in probably 10
Well,
years.
I always think of Police Academy when I hear that name.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Got it.
Did I just hear that? You know the movie Porky's?
Yeah.
It's Canadian?
Is it?
Oh yeah.
SCTV?
I didn't know that.
Dude,
I learned that on Shores.
Canadian CBC type information that's coming out is blowing my mind. My wife was watching the Mr. Dress Up documentary, and like Mr. Rogers and Mr. Dress Up both started on CBC in like in the 1960s.
No.
CBC
Mr. Rogers started on CBC.
CBC, yes.
They moved him down.
And they moved. He wanted out of his country. He wanted to go back home. But CBC, everybody that was a child's program, CBC was the first network anywhere to cater to children's programming.
Did you see that guy
Private Rock.
do a Mr. Dress Up thing at the start of the game? The guy on Sportsnet from out east, who's got the shaved head on the sides, long on the top. Who am I thinking about?
I don't know.
He looks
Kakis?
like he's 40, but he also looks like he's 20.
Justin Bourne?
No.
Justin
Got a real baby
Bourne.
face. He's
I
on
couldn't think of
Sportsnet.
anyone
He
else.
would do Leafs games.
I'll tell
He
you.
would
I'll tell you in a
do-
second.
He did a Gene Principe.
Oh, Kyle Buscott.
Oh, that
Bukakis,
guy.
yeah.
Kyle
He
Buscott.
did a Gene Principe knockoff bit to start the game the other night where he was dressed as Mr. Rogers and he took his shoes out and swapped them. I was like, you do not get to do a skit before the game, guy who might be 40 or might also be 60 or might be 20.
There's one thing better than sharing memories, that's making new ones. And Alberta Blue Cross Travel Insurance protects your memories and more wherever travel takes you, including Arizona in February on Family Day weekend when we go down to watch the boys play in the teeny tiny little rink.
Come and join us. We still have some spots available.
4,600 people, max capacity. We're going to be sitting in the den.
We're going to be over 1% of that fan base.
It's the best. Visit ab.bluecross.ca/travel for more information. Nationgear.ca to join us on the nation vacation to Arizona. Back to you, Chalmers. What were you going to say?
Oh, nothing. I got his name. His name is Kyle
Bukakis.
Bukakis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not Gene.
He's like, well, hey, Gene's awesome. And if everything's like a copycat world, like the TNT broadcasts,
Gene didn't copy anybody. Gene went first.
there's always an originator.
Well, TNT is so. Of course, they're going to copy themselves because they're TNT.
Of course. No.
Oh, okay.
I'm not like saying anything
He has
bad about
copied
it.
Gene both
If
times.
it works, do it. If some guy shows me a better way
There's
to
only
build
one Gene.
a part of a house, I'm gonna do it that way too. So.
And Gene pays for all his own props.
I love the shtick. Like, what was that in Nashville?
When
When
does
you
he
eat a hot dog off the ground,
Yeah,
like
that's when we
that's
went to shit.
When does he
though.
start
Committing
growing
to
his
the
hair?
when
When? Or does he do that on the off season and then always
think
has
it's
it long
off-season
when he
flow.
starts?
Yeah.
Because it's short right now. But like, I want to see I want to see long
You want
hair.
to see Gino?
California after 7
He gets a
days.
nice bronze.
When he's tanned as
God, I love
He's
you
got
know
the
they do a
long
West
hair.
Coast road trip,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
He looks like a tomato.
Because sometimes he is red as the
I can
devil's
just
dick
see
on
him
the
at the
broadcast.
pool in a Speedo just
Oh,
with
oil it
Hawaiian
up.
Tropic oil.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Coming up.
Yeah.
he's got that all in skin, man. Take it
I
in.
love it.
But yeah, no, like the CBC. And then just to think of like where SCTV came from them and like
Here,
Edmonton.
I know right out of the global building that they still have right
I
on
actually
Allard Way.
watched
Like
This Hour Has 22 Minutes the other day. It just happened to be on after the game I was watching. Still funny. Different
Yeah.
people, still funny. It's been on for 1,000 years.
yeah,
CBC programming.
I don't really remember those shows when I was a kid.
Kids in the Hall.
Oh, Kids in the Hall.
They came back too.
Wasn't that Shit's
It came
Creek
back
was a CBC
on.
show, was it not?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
It came back on Amazon.
It wasn't.
It's
I watched the
because
first one.
'cause
I
it was
kept
just-
going. Damn it, look old.
yeah,
Damn
that's it.
look
They're
old."
like so old and like they're doing the normal antics where like they end up in their underwear and I'm like, I don't want man.
And then I went back and watched old Kids in the Hall, and it hasn't aged well.
No.
It wasn't funny.
Yeah,
It was
humor's
funny
evolved.
Then.
Yeah.
We only had 3 channels.
I squish your head.
Yeah,
Funny then, not funny now.
happens.
Well, you see what shit. Mark
No, that's Bruce McCullough.
Bruce
Mark
McCullough.
Thompson?
Mark
McKinney.
Thompson. Mark, yeah, but it's McKinley. McKinney, yeah.
He's in a breakout show in the States.
He was on SNL
Yeah.
and then he did Superstore, which is this like big,
Oh, that was a good
And he-
show.
Parks and Rec.
and he just comes off so like his voice and stuff. I'm like, this is the guy from Kids in the Hall. This guy was like hard and funny.
Is that the manager?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's funny in that show though. The is Schitt's Creek still going? Wouldn't that be a comedy that's still on?
No, it's
No,
not.
it's
It's
done.
done. And it was amazing.
It
You
was so good.
If you're looking for old sitcoms too to like watch, and this one's an easy watch, it's only 2 seasons. Flight of the Conchords was one of the
It's
best.
pretty funny.
Oh, it was so good.
I
those two.
rewatched The In-Betweeners after we talked about
Oh,
it.
it's so
In-Betweeners
good.
is brilliant.
It is aged great. I was dying laughing. at
The
that
In-Betweeners is so good.
shit. Yeah.
And the movies also great.
So good.
Yes.
I love that show.
I hope
Yeah,
to
that was a
God they
good
never
one.
bring them back. Like, no, they have kids. Like, we don't need to know how they aged.
Well,
You know they're gonna do another Seinfeld episode supposedly.
No.
They're gonna they're gonna do another one-off finale. And Seinfeld was on stage somewhere talking about, did you not like how it ends? Me and Larry David have been talking.
oh.
I wonder how much money they're getting for it.
Oh, it's just
Turned
one
down
episode?
He turned down $110 million for one final season of that show.
Just one off, he and Larry David get
But
out
he
of
and
bed.
Larry David are funny enough; they could come together and make a funny show.
Curb Your Enthusiasm still
Yes.
rocks.
Yes, you could
And
make
it's
an
still
argument.
going.
Still going.
It's done better than Seinfeld in some regards.
You want to know a sitcom I still watch, Chalmers? There he goes. Curb Your Enthusiasm, still hilarious.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah, it's good.
Larry David's so fucking funny.
I don't like. I need something that I can set my watch to. You know, like it's going to be on the PVR. Like I know John Oliver's going to be on the PVR every Sunday.
I was bummed he wasn't on last night. He's on
Yeah.
his break.
Yeah.
Okay, let me pitch you a show, Chalmers. Ready?
Okay.
Perfect Strangers, but it's updated.
Ooh,
It's
bulky.
2023. We find a different person from a fictional country we can make fun of because it's not a real country.
Okay.
Malta?
Deacon knows? That
No,
works.
it's from Malta.
Bulky?
Bulky's from
I
Malta.
thought he's from a fictional place that has a really long name.
Maybe you're right. Why do I think it's
I thought he was
Malta?
like Greek island or something. Bulky Bartok.
Yeah, you're right. Make-
That was the shtick of the show. He spoke gibberish.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
wasn't a real country.
Why did I think it was Malta? Sorry.
No, he was
Meepos.
from a fictional
Meepos.
island
Meepos.
called
Meepos.
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 Yeah, the fake island. He talked about the old country. Let's bring that back. It's good-hearted fun, laughing at a country that doesn't exist. It can't be racist because Meepos isn't real.
And Elf. Bring back
I
Elf.
used to laugh my ass off at Perfect Strangers.
It was
when I a
good.
Kid. It was a great show.
I saw like a clip of them on the back of the boat and the camera going
Yeah,
up
yeah.
and like just like 2 days ago.
I remember he had like the hottest girlfriends ever in that show, and they were so funny and nice to them and stuff. When I was little, I was like, "That's how it works when you get older.
That's just how easy it is.
It's just that easy. Your weird friend Larry gets a hot girl too because your girlfriend has a hot friend." That's how
Coming to
Larry got
America.
Perfect. How it goes.
I love
That Team America needs a sequel.
I love that movie.
See how they
Could not make that show.
That one.
see how they address the world.
I would love to see them address the world as Team America again.
Oh
Remember when they made the interview and then they like yelled at the North Koreans and they hacked Sony and released all those emails and shit? They got real.
I just watched the interview not long ago, and it's funny now in hindsight, having seen it and long after the drama. It's just like, it's just a silly movie. It really is. But a Team America updated for now, all over it.
I'm all
There's just
about it.
there's a few movies I'd like to be able to watch for the very first time again, and that is one of them. And also South Park.
Another one you can't do anymore that I'd love to watch for the first time again is Tropic Thunder. A fucking masterpiece. Could not do it now.
Yeah.
I think
old school for the first time.
You've got
Yeah,
such a good cast that
Tom
Danny
Cruise,
McBride is
what's that?
just
Super Troopers.
Watching
the fireworks
that
guy.
First time was beyond hilarious.
Have you watched This Is the End again?
not for a while.
You don't like it?
No, I didn't like it.
Didn't resonate with you?
I don't know. Something I didn't like
I
about
don't know.
Is that
Michael,
James Franco?
Michael Cera is a
Yeah.
party goer.
Oh,
Yeah, where they'll have the party and then the world ends that night.
yeah, yeah.
Is that movie what made you want Channing Tatum as James Bond?
He in This Is the End?
Is he in that?
Yes, he is.
Yeah,
He's Danny McBride's bitch.
Oh, yeah.
But actually, he'd be good at the movie game.
Oh, yeah. So he's got a good pull.
Me?
Yeah. So you know the movie game where you name somebody in a movie and then you have to name somebody else who was in that movie.
Oh,
And
okay.
then person B, you have to name a movie that person B was in. That
Yeah,
wasn't.
you try to
The
trap
reason I
them.
think that Liam
It's
would
like a
be
trade
good at it
treat.
is every movie he watches comes in like 4 sittings, so he
Yeah.
has more time to absorb what's going on.
And also, he knows the sneaky British actors that played like a C role in one,
Why
that
be
play a
good?
main role in a movie back home.
I
Why do you watch
actually
it 4 sittings?
And I said British,
I
sorry.
have an attention span of a goldfish.
Was that right?
Yeah, last night I watched like the first 30 minutes of Harry Potter 7 Part 2. And then I just got bored and started watching other things.
That's not how you're supposed to do that.
No.
How do you get
it's-
through a hockey game?
I wander around in the commercials or I just like don't pay attention. And then I do a
Your
live
head's-
and then,
Sometimes I won't pay attention for weeks.
and then- then I do a live show.
Attention
the
to
next
detail
day.
is key.
Yeah. I don't
His
know.
notes
Just
is
can't
like,
do it.
Skates well. Great shot.
Hamburger.
Butterfly.
Yeah.
Butterfly.
I review hamburgers.
The Sherwood Park
Bagel
Arena
bites are done.
updated hamburgers yesterday too.
And
How was it?
It was fantastic. I gotta add it to my review. I forgot to take a picture because I wasn't expecting it. I've already had their burger a few times.
They've upped it.
changed
Is it
it.
because of the rating though? Is it because you're
Maybe.
going around and keeping all these
Streets
rinks
of
honest?
Maybe they've seen it. They're always usually meaty, and this one had a lot of good flavor to it. But tomorrow I go to that new rink in Nisku, the Silent Ice
Ooh.
Arena.
Silent Ice.
We're playing there December 23rd.
We are playing there December 23rd.
So I hope they have cheeseburgers and not like one of these modern rinks that puts like a booster juice in there or something.
Oh, the
not for me.
audacity.
No, it's ridiculous.
Mango Hurricane is delightful though.
Yeah, I'm a Macho Monsoon fella.
Oh, I do like matcha. I'm a
Yeah.
matcha
Strawberry
guy.
They're
sunshine
good.
also
Strawberry
good.
sunshine, but instead of getting the strawberry sorbet, get vanilla sorbet.
Yes.
Ooh, this
It's
sounds good.
incredible.
that's what I get.
Yep.
Same exact thing.
Yeah, Zilly, our
Way
boy,
better.
our boy made that
Yeah,
up.
boy made that up when we all ran with
All
it.
I ever rock.
Yeah.
It's best.
The best.
The food banks in Edmonton and surrounding areas are more in need than ever, especially with the holidays just around the corner. Oilers Nation and our awesome local partners are going to pack the nation truck. Shout out to our friends at Sherwood Ford the Giant. Non-perishable food items in support of Communities Food Bank. We have boxes out between November 22nd and the 27th. They are now out. They are everywhere. You can go to Sherwood Ford the Giant out in Sherwood Park. You can go to Wilhock Beef Jerky in Leduc. You can go to Sports Closet at St. Albert Mall in Sherwood Park. You can go to Greta here in Edmonton downtown, and right here at our office, just below the office, Dog Patch Bread and Butter also has a donation box. So come help us pack the nation truck with food for the Edmonton Food Bank. We're going to the holiday season.
Yeah, I got some work to do this week.
I do as well.
Oh, going into December. It's an exciting time of the year.
It's already December.
It's already December.
Plus temperatures. in
Oh my God.
Can't wait. Can't wait for some hockey. I'm really, really happy that the Oilers seemingly have figured some things out. I'd like to see them ride this wave. I hope we have a good week here. Tuesday, Wednesday. It's the only
Big
games
game
we
on
get.
Tuesday.
Yep.
Huge.
Yep.
Huge game on Tuesday.
Like at some point, they're not must wins, obviously.
You start
but
Skinner both
spiritually,
games?
they probably are. You know,
You start Skinner both games.
I think so. Live by the sword, die by the
I
sword,
was
unfortunately.
I was banging Pickard's net but
Well, the first
now-
10
now
minutes
he's got-
of last night was
now
just
he's
like,
got two. I know. I'm like, he's doing it again. I'm like, damn it.
I think you definitely start him because then they have that mini bye week thing, right?
But this is also a portion, like this
Oh,
is
yeah,
a time
Ragnar,
where if he was struggling in net because of a confidence issue or something like that, playing behind a team that's playing this way, that's gaining confidence in the last couple games, if they can build on that and gain even more confidence in Tuesday and Wednesday, you want Skinner in that net
Mhm.
because you want him to reap the benefit.
Part of it.
Oh, yeah,
of
well,
that. He has to be
because we won.
I
Like,
say you run him.
I was saying
run
in
him.
Washington it should have been Pickard, but the fact we put in Stu, he won, and then we put him in again, he won. It's his net again.
Pickett's been pretty good, all things considered.
He had that one goal.
Like he was
the one goal against what I guess would have been Carolina.
Florida.
Flowing
It was
through him.
Florida, yeah, where it kind of deflected it off him. But
He
other than
didn't-
that, he's been good.
He didn't look like from what
He's elite.
people were saying that he was going to come in and he wasn't an elite player, but like he wasn't NHL ready. Maybe I don't really know how.
Jack Campbell's had 2 quality starts in a row for the Condors. Had the shutouts the other day. They did
Good,
lose
because it's
other night.
the AHL.
Yeah, they did lose the other night, but he finished with a 929. So at least he's getting some quality starts with the Condors.
Do you think he can be salvaged?
No.
No.
He's going to have one bad game
Yeah.
in our league and it's just
No
going to fall apart
He
again.
might be able to climb partially out of the hole, but
I-
anytime he has a mistake, it's going to go.
See, I
all
think
the way
he
back.
could climb back, but in a market that doesn't give a fuck.
But what was that thing he got? What's his name? Manny
Any legacy?
Manny
Legacy. Now he's helping him with something.
Manny
Well,
Legacy is one of
goalkeeping,
my favorite
goaltending.
goalies because in 2006, in the first round against Detroit, I have never seen Rexall place on a goalie as hard as they were Manny Legacy.
Manny.
The Manny chant. There was a goal, it was by Hemsky, I think, that went to review, and it was like 3-4 minute review, and the whole time with the pom poms, Manny, just for 4 straight minutes. And I was like, man, this is intense.
This is
Well, hopefully this isn't a bit of like a redemption for him to try and get back at Oilers fans by making Campbell
Oh, a
worse.
double agent.
Yeah.
Mm.
He
Interesting.
remembers.
Could he be James Bond?
Manny Legacy.
Manny, pull him up. I forget what he looks
You
like.
see that
Remember
picture?
when Tommy Salo took a clapper off the dome in the World Championships and went in?
Yes.
And we're like, he'll never be the same. And he wasn't.
Wasn't it like the
Rainbow
Olympics or
jacket.
something?
That was against Belarus in the Olympics.
Boom, right off the head. Went in the net.
Straight up. And
If we're
skyward.
speaking of ex-NHLers who have retired and aged nicely, you see the picture of Milan Hayden
Yeah.
and Peter Forsberg?
On dailyfaceoff.com.
He's got that-
He could be a villain.
They look great.
It looks like they're thriving.
He's got that Crocs money.
Who does?
Yeah, who does?
Forsberg.
He invested in Crocs?
Yeah, he had like the either Swedish or European rights to
That's
Crocs.
why he was wearing sunglasses in the arena.
Yeah. And now he has a shoe company.
You got Croc money.
He's got a new. He started
new
a shoe
Crocs?
company that started in. He moved it to Switzerland or something with his wife.
Called Crocs.
You got it.
Switzerland.
You got it.
Tax haven.
It's off grid now, baby.
You got
He's,
that.
he's got good advice.
Got that Croc money.
Smart.
Yeah, like it doesn't say what his stake in Crocs was worth, but he was it says very, very early investor in Crocs. Think seed round,
So before the movie Idiocracy,
I guess.
you know the story about Crocs and Idiocracy?
No, I've never.
So the
no.
Idiocracy, the movie about everyone's an idiot in the future.
Yeah.
And it's a super small budget movie. And they say to the person who's working in costumes, we need something that they're going to wear in the future where everyone's stupid. That's stupid. And the costumer's like, I'm on it. And went and found Crocs. And put Crocs in the movie is the shit we wear in the future that's so dumb. And Crocs is like, our sales just went, whoa, because everybody wanted the stupid shoes from Idiocracy. So if he's a seed investor pre-Idiocracy,
I have a pair of Crocs. They're great. My only problem with them is that they destroy your socks.
Does
In
it
what way?
rub?
Like up near the front of your shoe, just rips the socks underneath. So you got to wear your shitty socks in the Crocs.
Peter
Well,
Forsberg doesn't want you to have nice socks.
It would be off brand if you bought a shoe called Crocs and didn't take a bite out of your socks.
Mm-hmm.
Thank
It's
you.
the people who invented the jewels for Crocs that I think deserve a promotion.
Oh, what are those called? The Biggles?
They
We
saw
talked
Crocs
about it the
without
other day.
jewels and saw a market
We got to plug them
opportunity.
holes.
And the lady like ran it out of her garage. It was a multi-million-dollar company. And she's had drums of these little tiny bobs. They were selling them so we could put them in their Crocs.
For a joke, I bought my dad headlights for his Croc holes. He thinks they're the funniest thing ever.
Do they light
so,
up?
Of course. So he'll kick them on when he goes out in the yard at night, just flashing around. It's very funny.
What are those things called that people put on the back of their iPhones?
Pop
and-
socket?
Pop
Pop
socket.
socket, yeah.
What's a person worth that invented those? You
Easy
think?
to clone. Probably they haven't made that much money.
Probably,
I
yeah.
feel like you can get 9,000 off-brand pop sockets.
I hope it's
Patented. Well, maybe it is. but
Pop socket, what would you net
In-
worth?
Inventor net worth.
Speaking of complaining about pop sockets, I would just like to say that I went and bought a new cell phone yesterday. Right? Remember when you go to the phone store and you'd walk out 4 inches taller because you just got the new whatever the hell, and you're like, I can't wait for my phone to ring so I can pull this out and look like Neo in the Matrix. Going and getting a phone now isn't exciting. Like, they look identical. They're the same phone. There's no change. There's no change in color. They both have 2 cameras on them.
No, I got 3 cameras, Playboy.
Well, it's because like we were there was that time where the phone evolution was like crazy. Like every year, like the innovation in phones was.
Why? I have 2. You have 3.
I got the Max
3.
Plus. We got the upgraded
I went
phones
to
on
the
your
phone
phone.
store and said, "Phone, please." And I want the one everybody wants right now. They sold me this.
I got
They gave you
1.
They gave you the lesser
You have a
version.
3-camera phone?
What the hell did I just do here?
Welly.
So-
I'm even more unhappy. What's the third camera get you? Nudity?
Yep. That one just sees right through clothes.
A brand that was started by David Barnett gluing a large fabric button to the back of his iPhone 3 has since blossomed into a $200 million company that has sold more than 100 million units since its inception in
For $2 each from
2014.
Fuck, eh?
Crazy.
It's nuts.
That's incredible.
It's valuable though. Have you ever laid upside down and had one of those on a phone? It's very helpful.
Mhm.
You ever lay upside down, John?
Not really.
Like this? on your phone?
As a guy who headstands, I feel like you
Yeah, you would need a pop socket.
You ever look at your phone in your bed and you drop it on your face? It's never happened in your life.
Never.
I've dropped my phone on
No.
my face.
I've dropped my phone on my face.
Not even on the couch. You're just sitting there, boom, on the face.
No, I hold it out in front of me.
Ah.
Rest it on my belly.
Oh, also like
Rest it on my locker. My front porch.
on your locker, on my phone locker.
My phone locker. My phone perch.
Good times. Go subscribe to our YouTube, by the way.
Yeah, let's see Tyler in a boudoir.
I'd love to see a doudoir.
Where are we at?
18-7.
Yeah.
And you gotta get to 30 by the end of the year.
By
By
trade
the
deadline. So yeah, big push.
early March.
YouTube subs, they're a grind. You get them, you can get them.
Yeah.
You got to grind though.
You guys want to grow it faster? We need to start talking about K-pop. People love K-pop.
I'll just start titling
Pivot
all
to-
of our shit with K-pop related.
Exactly.
Yes.
Is this band better than this band?
Mm-hmm.
Check out what K-pop artist.
You'll never guess
Insert
what K-pop's
artist here.
happening now.
Yeah.
I'll just steal all of Mr. Beast's thumbnails and his exact titles and post them there.
Did you see he just did another one where he got to run out on the field with the Tampa,
Bay Buccaneers. Yeah.
Why? Because he's so popular?
Because he was,
This video was a job that pays you $1 to a job that pays you $10 million.
So the running out the field was $1?
No, that was 10 million.
That's it. He did an NFL kind of like training day.
He paid the NFL $10 million?
No, he was just acting as if he signed like a fake contract to say he was a
I could see the
Tampa Bay
NFL being like, for $10 million, you can run out of the field with the Buccaneers and some guy who's like, I invented industrial waste. He does it.
Did you see Ludacris come down from the rafters at the Falcons Saints game?
Not every old rapper needs to come back.
Well, he does.
Luda.
Move.
Eh.
Get out the way.
Good tracks.
Yeah. Did you see Jameis Winston rapping to David Carr on the sidelines? David Carr couldn't have wanted him to leave him alone anymore. You see the video, it's hilarious.
Derek Carr?
Derek Carr is sitting there getting rapped to by Jameis Winston. Great guy, Jameis Winston.
Of course, remember
a real character.
One of the last times we talked about Ludacris on this podcast, Tyler confessed he knows him more as an actor than as a rapper.
I saw an interview with him about it, and he was just like, "Yeah, I've got tons of stuff to say." And I was like, "I don't know.
Do you though?
Bridges, do you really? Like you've been acting for 10 odd years since The Crash. Remember that movie?
The movie Crash?
So he was just rapping, doing awesome, and then did one little role.
Yeah, he was.
Like,
I just
now
watched
an
Crash
actor.
again recently. He was barely in it.
Yeah, he got like a Oscar or something for it.
Yeah,
or a
very well.
Yeah,
They won an Oscar. Poor year for the Oscars, though, to be fair. Sorry to crap on you, Crash.
Ludacris?
Crashing on Crash.
Wow.
Speaking of rappers, I watched Men in Black the other day.
Oh, yeah.
Which one?
The first one with Will Smith. Well, I think he's in all of them, isn't he? It is a very good movie.
First one was great, yeah.
Did I get hoodwinked by the internet? Is there an old TV show from way back in the day or an old movie from way back in the day that has a scene in it that's the exact same as the Will Smith Chris Rock slap?
What?
I saw this on Instagram. A lady posted the clip from a movie. It's done in black and white. It's an old movie. And the clip is exactly the same.
It's Will Smith slapping Chris.
No, it's another actor with a comedian up on stage. And I couldn't tell if I got totally fooled here.
Apparently, it is very, very similar to a movie called. Hang on, just reading through here, Chalmers. To the Last Word. from the 1990s.
Remember when we were having our conversation, Bag Milk, that we thought that slap was to distract us from something, but neither of us could remember now what we were being distracted from. But had the conversation, we were being distracted. We're like, for sure, this is because of this. We're like, yup. And now we can't remember what we were being distracted from.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of crazy. I was thinking about this when I was watching Men in Black, where Will Smith was to like where he is now is the craziest fall. He was iconic for it. Well, he is iconic, but there was a thing too where every single movie he did, from his first like Hollywood movie to that movie he did with his son, After Earth, was number 1 in the box office.
And I think he did 3 or 4 summers in a row. He was the #1 song for his sound.
Yeah.
And the #1 movie.
It was crazy. He was one of the biggest stars ever, and now he's a star for all the wrong reasons.
It's really
Sucks.
weird, man. I thought
Sits
that
in the cuck chair.
that was the guy that was never going to have a scandal. I thought.
Yeah.
Like Tom Hanks. I put Will Smith and Tom Hanks.
He provided me with 2 of my favorite scenes from a TV show. When he asks Uncle Phil why his dad never wanted him.
So good.
Such a good clip. And then the last scene where he's standing in the empty house. And he just fade to black. God, that show is good.
That was a
But
good
like,
show.
he was so cool. And he just isn't
My
cool
favorite Will
anymore.
Smith scene.
Was he cool or was what? The guy
I thought
we
he was
being
cool.
Presented was cool.
I think he was
Do we
cool.
really know who Will Smith is?
My
though?
favorite
No.
scene,
Yeah, that's
Independence Day, Welcome to Earth, pops the
Wow.
alien in the face.
Yep.
You know what else is disappointing, Chalmers? I don't know if you follow the news lately. As a guy who is waiting for his 3-year-old son to be 4 so he can wear his Sean John velour tracksuit.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Not a big Puff Daddy fan anymore.
No.
Not a big Puff Daddy guy. Used to love Puff Daddy. Sean John velour tracksuit.
He used to love, did he? What's he done lately?
Not a lot of good. Are you really not knowing?
I really don't know.
No,
Well,
he's not going
Enjoy the
well
Google
for
results
him.
when those comes up.
He's got multiple lawsuits.
Oh, boy.
Multiple bad man shit. Not circumstantial, not oops.
Oh, a guy that seemingly found his rise when his partner got murdered isn't a good guy.
Dude, the Tupac
Who is now, like,
murder,
if you
used
think
his-
about it, has made money off Biggie's name longer than Biggie was ever alive.
the Tupac murder being named as part of that is the least of Diddy's problems right now. That's how much legal shit he's got coming at him right now.
Crazy.
Well,
Not a big fan. Can't quite enjoy Mo Money, Mo Problems the same now that I know what the other problems
or
are.
his enjoyable scene and Get Him to the Greek. He was fun in that movie. I don't know.
There's no one
I thought he was great in that movie. Yeah.
Anyway, we'll wrap it up.
There you are.
Final thoughts, Chalmers?
I don't know. Anyway, I'm looking forward to this week. Tuesday, Wednesday, we're going to get 2 good hockey games, and we're going to get to talk about it on Thursday. And I hope that we have the same feeling that when I walk into the Nation office today, which was, hey, we're on an upswing here. You have a little more of a jump in your step. When the
Donuts
Oilers are playing
everywhere.
well. Donuts everywhere. Seasonal donuts, obviously in the Christmas box.
Of course.
You know, I like that feeling. Things are better when the Oilers are
But
playing
you know the
well.
donut rule, right?
I don't know the donut rule.
Donuts show up when we have big wins the night before on our betting.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, good.
So last night I had a big win.
So
Box of donuts for the squad.
Let's keep the donuts rolling. Let's keep them coming.
Love
I hope to see
donut
donuts
coming
on Thursday morning.
Amen. That's where we'll wrap it up. Have a great week, everybody.